Hello my students and welcome back. This is Aruj Muzaffar from the Department of English, University of Southern Punjab. It's so good to have you here. Today we are going to dive into comprehension and analysis of functional English, and I will walk you through it step by step. Today's topic is principles of communication. Those principles are the words that start with C: clarity, coherence, conciseness, courteousness, correctness. The principles of communication are fundamental guidelines that ensure messages are clear, effective, and well received. They apply to both written and verbal interactions and are often referred to as 7 C's of communication. The reason for calling them 7 C's of communication is that they all start with a C, as clarity, conciseness, correctness, concreteness, coherence, courtesy, and completeness. Focusing on these 5 of the core principles helps us to create a solid foundation for all communication. The objectives of this course are that by adhering to principles of correctness and completeness, you will build credibility when your information is accurate and your messages are free of errors. People will see you as a reliable source. A message that is complete and answers all the receiver's questions shows that you are knowledgeable and have put thought into your communication, which in turn fosters trust. The principles of clarity and conciseness directly address the problem of ambiguity. A clear, direct message leaves no room for confusion, while a concise one gets straight to the point, making it easier for the receiver to absorb and understand. This is especially important in professional settings where misunderstandings can lead to costly mistakes. Courtesy and consideration are vital for building strong relationships. By being polite, respectful, and empathetic, you show that you value the other person's time and perspective. This creates a positive environment where people feel comfortable communicating openly, collaborate, and solve problems together. Messages that are concise and complete are incredibly efficient. When all the necessary information is included in a brief to the point format, there is no need for follow-up questions or back and forth communication. This saves time for both the sender and the receiver, improving overall productivity. Ultimately, the goal of communication is to achieve a specific outcome, whether it's persuading someone or simply conveying information. By applying these 7 C's and including them into your message, by including coherence and correctness, you ensure your message is logical, persuasive, and supported by facts. This increases the likelihood that your audience will understand your intent and take the desired action. Here is a breakdown of each concept. Starting from the clarity, which is our first topic. Clarity is the most crucial principle of communication. It means that the message you send should be easy for the receiver to understand and should leave no room for misunderstanding. To understand this principle and to achieve clarity, use simple, direct language and avoid technical jargon or complex words that your audience may not know. A clear message has a distinct purpose and every part of it contributes to the purpose. Let's discuss some tips for clarity. Use an active voice instead of a passive one. Construct short, simple sentences. Break down complex ideas into bullet points or numbered lists. Ask for feedback to ensure your message was understood as intended. The second topic is coherence, which also starts with a C. Coherence refers to the logical flow of your message. Your ideas should be connected in a way that is easy for the audience to follow. It's about structuring your thoughts so that the message as a whole makes sense. This is achieved by organizing information logically and using transition words or phrases to guide the reader or listener to the next level. A coherent message is a unified message. What are the tips to include coherence into your communication? These tips are that organize your thoughts before you begin communicating. When you are writing, use headings, subheadings, and topic sentences to signal new ideas. Connect your ideas with words like therefore, in addition, for example, for instance, etc. The third principle is conciseness, which once again begins with the letter C. Conciseness means getting your point across using the fewest words possible without sacrificing clarity. This principle is vital in today's fast-paced world where people have limited time and attention. A concise message avoids fillers, words, unnecessary details, and repetition. It respects the audience time and gets straight to the point. What are the tips to have conciseness in our communication? We must remove redundant phrases like in order to can be replaced with just to. We must focus on the key message and eliminate unnecessary information. We must review our message to cut any word that don't add value. This must be specially focused in written language. The fourth pillar of this discourse, which is another word that starts with C, is courtesy. Courtesy is about being respectful, polite, and considerate of your audience's feelings and perspectives. A courteous message uses a positive and respectful tone and is free of offensive or condescending language. This principle is especially important in resolving conflicts and building strong professional relationships. Courtesy builds trust and rapport. What are the tips to be courteous, especially in our verbal communication? Use polite words like please, thank you, show empathy by acknowledging the other person's point of view, maintain a respectful and calm tone, even when disagreeing. The other principle of communication is correctness. Correctness ensures that all the information you provide is accurate and free from errors. This includes grammatical and spelling errors as well as factual mistakes. The correct message builds credibility and trustworthiness. Incorrect information can lead to misunderstandings, costly mistakes, and damage your reputation. What are the tips to have correctness in your discourse? Proofread and edit your message carefully before sending it. Verify all facts, figures, and names. Ensure proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling. And this is all about including it or doing it in our written discourse. When we are using it in our verbal discourse, the paradigm totally changes, because when we are verbally saying something, we must be dedicated, we must be honest, we must be truthful, we must have a tone which is similar to the content that we are following. The tone and the message should have a very strong collaboration with each other. Like if we are speaking about a topic which is about being conscious or about giving some precautions, or when you are going to give some guidelines, your tone must also follow the same topic. Like it should not be a matter that your tone is very loud in a topic that demands something which is very soft. Similarly, your tone must never be slow or must never be soft when you are describing or scolding something. So these principles are those principles which, if they are included into our discourse in, of course, verbal and non-verbal form, our communication gets much better. And our communication is basically the key to success, at least in this modern world. So basically, we are going to get the understanding through this topic that what we can include in our topic and what we need to miss or to take out of the topic. There are no similar or uniform aspects that are in the verbal and non-verbal communication. Rather, there are some different paradigms which require a complete follow-up in our verbal communication, but there are certain other principles that needed to be followed in our non-verbal communication. Of course, there is certain uniformity, like our written discourse should have a collaboration with our verbal discourse, and we must have a complete thorough compatibility between both discourses, but it it does not mean, and it can never create an impact unless we are following these 7 C's in our communication. One important aspect over here is that there are certain principles like courtesy which we can add in our verbal discourse, but we cannot add them in our written discourse. Of course, they can be added by using certain words like please, thank you, as I have mentioned in our examples. Let's have a brief outlook of the whole topic. First one, which was correctness, is about the authenticity of the text, that whatever text we are following, it must have a complete truthful explanation, and authenticity is the main source to highlight and to describe and to understand all these points. The second point, which was courtesy, is about being polite and being accurate to the position or to the point that we are describing. Conciseness means being very brief. Sometimes our message is very lengthy and the content that needs to be focused is very low in its credential. So we must have complete view over it, that when our message is going to be delivered, it must be complete, it must be concise. As Shakespeare has said in his work, brevity is the soul of wit, which means that if we want to be wise, we must be very brief in our conversation. Our conversation must be to the point. Our written discourse should include only relevant facts. There must be a complete correspondence between the relevancy of all the facts, and that relevancy should have a clear and direct link. Apart from it, there are certain topics which need to be followed in the written discourse, as being correct in the matter of spelling or sentence structure or punctuation are those topics that need to be marked very carefully while writing our discourse, because ultimately our writing is going to be judged on the principles of these 7 C's. One interesting point over here is that, which you can consider as an example, is that when you are reading a novel or a drama, there is always spontaneity and naturalness in the language. So the language must have a natural link to the ideas and the contents that have been presented over there. Rather, there as compared to the point that the content or the message that has been told to us, which is containing a lot of ambiguity or the points that can lead to misunderstanding, we should focus on this point, that our message is complete, concrete, full of courtesy, conciseness, and correctness, of course. I hope the message is clear, and I am giving you an activity in which you have to follow our discourse of written and verbal form, and you have to find out that how many principles of the 7 C's that we have discussed today are followed in that written discourse, and what are the principles that have been followed in the verbal discourse. Like you have to monitor some speech. It can be any speech of your choice, of a political speaker or of a motivational speaker or any person you like. You have to then analyze his speech, that how many C's are observed or followed by that speaker. In the same way, you have to read a short story or a text or a newspaper article or a research article, and then you have to find out that how many C's of the principles of communication have been followed or marked by the writer. I hope you get a great influence of this lecture and you have got the idea of basic principles of communication. Thank you so much.